Shalom, 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 Israel. Right, we're swords in Yahweh Shai congregation. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash.
Right, you want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of the house of David.
That's right.
You also want to give peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Right,
That's right.
Anything you want to say?
Like the brother just said, just lining back off what he said, man. Shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel, of the house of David, those who come in sincerity and truth. To the double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David, those that are coming in sincerity and truth, the one that the Most High is really dealing with, all right? Shalom.
All right, so we're going to go over some, some laws of God, right? We're going into idolatry, right? So idolatry is the worship of idols.
That's right.
Right, it's the simply serve other gods or other deities. Right, so we can start with Exodus 20 and 3.
All right.
What you had? You had nothing?
Nah.
All right, yeah, Exodus 20 and 3.
You want to bring, okay, like this is the book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 3, and it reads, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me."
Right, so we should have no other gods before the Most High.
That's right.
Right, this is going into spiritual fornication, right, which is adultery on the spiritual level, right? Give me Isaiah 54 and 5. Right, because Israel, right, is married to the Most High.
That's right.
The Most High is our husband.
That's right.
On the spiritual level.
That's right.
We've got ears and eyes to understand that.
That's right. And ultimately, it means wife just means possession. Mm-hmm. So when he says he's the husband, he's the master, and the wife just means possession. All right. It doesn't mean actually. Well, the true context of it is just the possession. Yeah. All right.
He owns the nation of Israel.
He owns us. All right. That's what he means. That like we're likened to a wife to him. All right. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 5, and it reads, "For thy maker is thy husband." All right. He owns us. He possesses us. All right, Sirach 34 and 6. I'm going to bring that out real quick.
Okay.
Just to give the context of what a wife is. Because for some of y'all like to go into that homosexual faggoty shit. We ain't talking about that, man. Yahweh Shemiel Shai, he don't swing down. He ain't down for that. In fact, those people he highly against. All right, and he's going to destroy and kill them. All right, he ain't going for that. It just means a possession. A wife is a possession. The husband is the owner. All right?
So, Sirach 36 and 24, it said, "He that getteth a wife bringeth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest."
Exactly. So a wife is a possession. All right? So back to Isaiah 54 verse 5. "For thy maker is thy husband." All right? So he's our owner. All right? And we're his possession. The Lord Yahweh Shemiel Shai of hosts is his name. "And thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel." All right, once again, he's saying that he's the Redeemer of Israel. All right, that's us. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, and scattered bird Israelites go back to the 12 tribes, the 12 patriarchs. All right, "The God, Yahweh Shemiel Shai, of the whole earth, shall he be called. For the Lord Yahweh Shemiel Shai have called thee as a woman forsaken, and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth, when thou was refused, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemiel Shai."
They're going into Sirach 36:25. They say, when there is no heads, the possession is spoiled.
Yeah.
Right. So Yahweh is our owner.
It's our protection.
Yeah, our protection.
All right. And without our protection, we destroy ourselves.
Yep.
All right. Without the laws on how to rule and govern, we destroy ourselves. All right. You can't have you can't go on about in the world or doing anything without a hedge of protection. It's the same thing with this brother got a wife and he's going to have many wives to come. Lord willing, I don't have many wives to come. We're going to be the hedge of protection. All right. Sure. They're going to be our possession, and we're going to be their defense. All right.
All right. This to prove that we are married to the Most High. This is Jeremiah. Let me see what I'm going to start. Right. I'll start at verse 6. Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 6. They say, "Yahweh said unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel have done? She is gone up upon every high mountain and under every green tree, and there have played the harlot." Right, meaning that Israel, right, this is talking about the northern kingdom, was going into idolatry, right, serving other gods, playing the harlot. Right, just like when a woman is married to a man and she end up committing adultery, that's her playing the harlot. Right.
or whore.
Yeah, whore. Right. I'm gonna jump to verse 14. It say, "Turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahweh, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion." So this is proof that we are married to the Most High, right? So that's why, dealing with Yahweh Shai, when he told his servants to go out and bid Israel back to the marriage, because we are getting reconciled, we are getting remarried back to Yahweh, right, through Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, read 8 though.
Read 8. Jeremiah. This is
And
Jeremiah.
it's a lot to give context before the brother bring it out. It's because of our wickedness and our disobedience and breaking the covenant, which we made with the Most High with blood, all right? On keeping his laws, he gave us a bill of divorce, all right? He wasn't dealing with us for a whole long period of time because of our wickedness and our rebellion, all right? And he caused us to feel that rod, all right, of correction. All right, go ahead.
Right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 8. And I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away, I had given her the bill of divorce, yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also.
So all 12 tribes sinned grievously against our God, Yahweh Bashim Shai, by worshiping other gods, going into these other nations and want to be like them, all right? Thus committing idolatry. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 26. And this goes back to the law, all right? And having a wife as a possession. Ultimately, the true penalty of it is death. But there's different forms of, believe it or not, like where there's no hedge, the possession is just spoiled. So you do go into death too. You might not get killed right away, all right? But when there's no hedge, you destroy yourself. You do. That possession destroys itself. Because without our God, look at the state we're in. Complete destruction. Because he gave us a bill of divorce. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 26. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, what the brother just brought out, Jeremiah 3 and 8, we didn't go to according to what Yahweh Shemashai told us to go. All right, keeping his law, statutes, commandments. All right, fearing him. All right. It says, if she will go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go to her own destruction. See, a lot of us want freedom. Women want freedom. Bro, with freedom comes responsibility. You can't just have freedom without discipline and laws. There's a balance to everything. You give a child freedom, you give a woman freedom, you give the nation of Israel freedom without laws, all right? It's going to be destruction, death, straight out. You have to have laws, righteous laws to be implemented. You have to have a hedge of protection to guide the weaker vessel.
That's right.
All right? We're the weaker vessel to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He guides us with his laws. He teaches us on how to govern. If we don't follow it, it's to our own destruction. The same thing with a woman. When we have our wives, if they don't follow our rules, which ultimately comes from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but a woman has more rules than us, the man, because she also has to obey the rules and the laws of her husband. All right? It'd be to her own destruction if she goes out, I want liberty. Because they're going to go out there and destroy themselves. Same thing with a child. I hate my parents. And I want to just do what I want. Yeah. And they go out there, what? To destroy themselves.
They grow up and they realize, I want to be a kid again.
Yep. To destroy themselves. Again. We have to have that hedge. All right?
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 2. But your iniquities have separated between you and your power, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear. Right? So this is the Most High hiding his face from the children of Israel. Right? It was a point in time when the Most High hid his face from Israel for more than 400 years. Right? That was during what? The time of the Apocrypha. Right? During the Maccabean revolt. Right? The Most High hid his face for 400 years. Right? So this is why we let me get Jeremiah 5. This is why we go through these things. Right? Because Israel want to go into idolatry, serve other gods. Right? And rebellion is a sin of witchcraft.
Yeah. Rebellion gets you fucked up, man. It gets you fucked up. Then you find that you're wondering why you're going through certain things. Because you're rebellious.
Yep. It's Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 25. It say, your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholding good things from you. Right? So all these what are the good things, right? Immortality, peace, having a land, having an army,
government,
ruling.
Yeah.
Right? Uphold these good things from us.
A righteous kingdom. All right? With the heathen under our subjection. right?
Nowadays, Israel don't even want to be in rulership, man. They want to be under the white man.
They want to be a peasant. Israel wants to be a damn peasant, all right? You got a precept? I got one.
That's that Jeremiah 2:14.
Yeah, come on.
You about to grab that too?
You can go ahead and grab it.
This Jeremiah 2:14. It says, Israel a servant? Is he a home-born slave?
Yep.
Why is he spoiled? All right, we the greatest people on the earth. Why is we spoiled? All right, what's so hard about keeping God's laws, man? Doing what he say. So the whole point, man, we in this predicament because Israel want to do what they want. They don't want to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got it.
All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity. Folly means great foolishness, all right? There's a lot of foolishness and stupidity here, all right? Because everything's upside down. Everything's backwards. Yahweh Shem Yahushua calls that folly, all right? Because there ain't nothing righteous about it. Folly is set in great dignity, all right? Folly's so great and it's dignified here, all right? And the rich sit in low place. That rich is James 2:5. Bring that on real quick. This is what it's talking about. The rich and the princes is talking about the children of Israel, all right? Most likely, particularly, he's talking about his men, all right?
This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 5. It say, hearken, my beloved brethren. Have not Yahweh chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith?
We're the poor of this world because we're at a downtrodden state. But we have the most faith, the most belief, because why? Yahweh Shem Yahushua instilled that into us to believe in him, all right? It says so it says the rich is sit in low place. That goes back to it's flipped. That's why folly set in great dignity. We're rich. We're still always rich in faith, but we're the poor now. All right? And we sit in a low place. I have seen servants upon horses. All right? The servants, those are the heathens. All right? The horses mean power. Like when you get horsepower. They're in power. The servants are the ones that have the power right now. They're dictating, calling shots right now. All right, and dare us to buck up. All right, and princes, that's us. That's us. And princes walking as servants upon the earth. Now, we're the servants on the earth now. Going back to what the brother was bringing out.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6, verse 57. It say, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which has ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, right? Firstborn means chosen. Thy only begotten and thy fervent lover are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sake, why do we not possess an inheritance?
Yep.
With the world, how long shall this endure?
Because of idolatry. He's asking the question, but yeah. It's because of idolatry, rebellion.
Because Ezra was talking to the Most High about that. You got all these nations on the earth, wickedness, right? And only Israel is keeping your commandments, only kept thy commandments. How come these people are in power, ruling over us, and we ain't getting nothing?
Because we played the whore, all right?
We know we supposed to know better.
Yeah,
that's why.
Many times over, our spirit knows better. Because we've been in captivity so many times because Israel is so fucking rebellious. All right? So since we're so fucking rebellious, we always play the whore. That's why he calls us a whore and a harlot. Whore and a harlot, you can interchangeably use those words, but there is a distinct difference. A whore is just going about to and fro. That's what Israel do. Israel will be a whore, not even get any gain from it.
Yep.
They just want to be wicked. And then they also play the harlot too by, we want the gains and the riches of you heathens when we own all that in the first place. Israel, you stupid, man. That's why he calls this man Assad's children. That means stupid. That's an archaic word to mean dumb as fuck. You dumb. He compared this to a donkey saying dumbass animals and saying that these dumbass animals are smarter than you. What's that, Isaiah 1 and 3?
Yeah, Isaiah 1 and 3, the ox know of his own.
Dumbass animals smarter than you. That's a damn shame.
He remind me of Israel. Remind me of donkey off Shrek.
Oh yeah. that goes to show you our God, man. He be fucking shooting us, man. And if you guys don't understand, that shooting means she's a capping. Talking. I don't even say talking shit because he's actually talking the truth. But it's like, damn. When you really think about it, it's like, damn. We're dumber than a donkey. Damn. We're that of a fucking whore or harlot? This is stuff that's very low. You don't want to be called these things, man.
I wonder why the other nations is laughing at us.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because they know we God's chosen people, but you niggas don't think so.
Yep. Don't even consider.
Yep. And that's why the Lord did this to us, man. This Baruch 4 and 6. It said, "You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh to wrath, ye were delivered into the enemies." Right? Why we delivered to the enemies? For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing into devils and not to Yahweh. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. Right? Giving Jerusalem a bad name.
Yep.
Right? Israel told Moses, I believe it's Exodus, to be the 24th chapter. Hey, we don't want to deal with you, man. We don't. Or this idol that we made. We gonna say this idol delivered us out of Egypt. Right? Salaki, Exodus 32nd chapter. Right?
Yep.
So they say, hey, we don't want. They said we don't want nothing to do with Moses, and we want nothing to do with your God. That's what they told Moses. And the Most High wanted to obliterate their ass.
Yep.
He wanted to wipe Israel off the map.
Yep.
And deal with another nation.
Yep.
Because you niggas is wicked, man.
He was going to start it all over.
Yep.
Several times he brought that in the scriptures where you're going to just start all over. But the outcome would have always been the same.
Yep.
Because it's in our heart. Genesis 6 and 5.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah 17 and 9. Our hearts are desperately wicked. Who can know how much shot?
Yep. And then Moses went and pleaded with Yahweh. And Yahweh gave him a new set of commandments. And he come back and you niggas are celebrating, dancing, partying and shit. Moses lost his damn mind.
Off a golden calf. Going to idolatry that quick, bro. That quick. It hasn't even been a year. Bro, that was some days. He was up there for 40 days, 40 nights?
Yeah.
He was up there for 40. He came back. He had to go up there 40 days, 40 nights. He got a set. That got fucking. He had to go up there again. And you wicked ass. It was about to kill, was willing to kill Aaron. Aaron got in fear of y'all because God knows what y'all was doing and threatening Aaron. And make us this golden calf. We want this golden calf. Aaron's probably like, oh, what the fuck do I do? And just, hey, go ahead, man. Because he was afraid of y'all. Wicked. But Moses got on y'all asses, y'all asses, man. Moses got on your asses. But in he didn't get to go to the promised land.
Yep.
At that time,
Stretched him out, man.
Yep. At that time, because we know he's gonna be there in the future.
And that's a wake up call because Moses is the most humblest man that ever walked the earth. Mm-hmm. And you niggas caused him not to get the promised land, man.
Yep. And humble means he was obedient, the utmost obedient to Yahweh Bashim Shai. But for him to be the utmost obedient and then to disobey him, he had to be in an excruciating anger. Yeah. I mean, the anger had to be excruciating. It had to be on a whole profound level, man. An unfathomable level. You know how angry he had to be, bro, to do something like that? And he's the most humblest man?
Yep. Over 40 years worth of anger, man.
Oh, shit.
40 years.
This is the book of 3 Holy Children, chapter 1 and verse 7. It reads that all these things have we trespassed. Trespass means rebel, go against, all right? Disobey. Yep, and not obeyed thy commandments, nor kept them. Neither done as thou hast commanded us, that it might go well with us. All right, we didn't do these things to go well with us. We did the exact opposite to get fucked up. All right, it says, wherefore all that thou hast brought upon us, and everything that thou hast done to us, thou hast done a true judgment. True judgment. It's righteous judgment. All right, it's good that stuff happens to us because we rebelled. All right,
we deserved it, man.
We deserved it. All right, and in fact, a whole lot worse. He actually had mercy on us. All of us should be dead. All right, but he had mercy on us. Yahweh Shem is very merciful because he knows our hearts. He knows we need time. He knows he has to be patient with us because or else we would have been destroyed, man. We would have been destroyed. But because of his mercies and patience, we're here. Yep. All right, and thou, verse 9, didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies. Lawless enemies means all these other heathen, all these other nations that are laws that go against Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, like in Babylon the Great today. Every law that God made in the Bible, this Babylon the Great goes completely against. They make up their own laws, and they say all their laws are above God's laws, and they X out God's laws.
Yeah. Then they mock him and saying, God we trust.
And then they mock him and say, God we trust. They say they in God we trust, but they say all his laws are done away with, but we're going to make our own laws and put them above God's. That's blasphemy.
Madness.
That's fucking blasphemy. And who does that? The Edomite.
So-called white man.
The so-called white man that rules this place. He does that because he considers himself as God himself. All right? He's the devil the Bible speaks of. Everything God says to do, he does the exact opposite. And you Israelites, you follow it. All right, and thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of God, into an unjust king. All right, unjust means you're not dealing in righteousness. When you go to these court systems, I've been in the court systems a handful of times. They are wicked in there, man. They don't do nothing righteous in those court systems. It's all about bribery, money, and gain. They don't do nothing right in there. And cursed be he that be poor and don't have any money, and you be still speaking rightly. Oh, you're done. You're done, man. Those court systems, those lawyers, those judges, they are wicked, man. They only do things for money. They don't do nothing right. They're very wicked. And they're going to pay for all that shit, man. These police officers, law enforcement, all of them, wicked. All of them. It's all about money, bribery.
We got a lot of innocent Jake in jail right now because they ain't got the money.
A lot of innocent. And just because you don't have the money, because I've been to it, man. I mean, one time this dude, I had a judge, not a judge, a lawyer. He was like, he said, oh yeah, I can see that you're innocent, but you don't have any money to back up what you're saying. Madness. I said, I don't have any. That's fucking madness, man.
Madness, bro. Money. That's what it's about, man.
You got Jake in there that suffered many years, that died for stuff they didn't even do just because they didn't have any money, man. Because these wicked ass judges, bro. I look at these judges, bro. I've been in twice, and I'm telling you, judge. I said, look, the evidence obviously shows that I didn't do this, and this, and that. And he looked at me, and he didn't give a fuck. Like basically saying, like, what can you do to me? I'm power over you. What can you do to me? I decide, even if you are innocent, you're nothing. Go rot in the jail cell. Fuck these people, man. These people, and they're gonna pay for that shit, man. But hey, we brought it upon ourselves because of disobedience. All right, we wanted the heathen over us. All right, and thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of Yahweh, and to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world. Who's the most wicked in all the world?
So-called white man.
So-called white man. Malachi, the first chapter, tell you that. Romans, the 9th chapter, tell you that. All right.
This Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 13. Right, thou shalt fear Yahweh thy power, and serve him, and shall swear by his name. Ye shall not go after other gods, of the gods of the people which are round about you. That's what Israel did. That's why the Most High had to constantly keep driving these heathens out of our land, because we were going into idolatry, right?
Yep.
And it say, verse 15 say, for Yahweh thy power is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of Yahweh thy power be kindled against thee, and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. Right? Ye shall not tempt Yahweh your power as ye tempting him and Massa. Right? You niggas keep tempting the Lord, like the Lord want to destroy you. Get rid of you.
Yep.
That's why so many young people die strange deaths, man.
Yep.
People don't die for this out of nowhere.
Yep.
It was fucking wicked.
And Jake wondering why. A lot of you Jakes get mad at the Most High, but you don't hold yourself accountable for your own wickedness. Mm-hmm. That's the madness part of it. All right? This is the book of Judges, chapter 10 and verse 13. Yet ye have forsaken me. This is Yahweh Shai telling you, hey man, y'all forsaken me. I didn't forsake you. You forsook me. All right? Yet you have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. All right? So now Jake went on wondering, where you at, God? How come when we praying you, we need help? But we don't hold ourselves accountable. Okay, why is he not answering us? Why is he not dealing with us? You don't want to sit up. See, that's how you know. That's why he compares this to a woman, because a woman does the same thing. You can get a woman's ass. What do they say? A woman's greatest kryptonite? Accountability. Israel's the same way. You want to blame God, blame God, but you don't want to look at what you did to cause that. Same thing with a woman. You want to blame man, but you never look at the actions that made. You never accept your own accountability for your actions. All right. Verse 14. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. All right. Go and cry to them. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. And guess what? You ain't gonna, that means you ain't gonna get delivered. He just mocked your ass. Since you've been mocking him, he mocked you right back. You reap what you sow.
When the Most High called these idols, he said there is no breath at all in the midst of it.
It says, you know what? I got a precept on that. He says, man, y'all Israelites, you so stupid. He says that y'all are more empowered than these idols that y'all worship. And this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 15, verse 15. For they counted all the idols of the heathens to be gods, all right, which neither have the use of eyes to see. You know that cross had no eyes to see. All right, that rock that y'all bow down to, for Islam, the Mecca stone, and that cross that you all wear, y'all hold on tight, think you'll do something. They don't have no eyes to see, no ears to hear. But yeah, y'all hold on to them like that, like they're gonna deliver you. It says, neither have the use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers of hands to handle. And as for their feet, they are slow to go. For man made them. All right, give me Deuteronomy 7:25. For man made them, and he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them. So he said, man, hey, I made you, because you borrowed my spirit. All spirits belong to the Most High, and through your spirit, you fashioned these things. And it says, but no man can make a God like unto himself. For being mortal, he worketh the dead thing with wicked hands. For he himself is better than the things which he worshiped. Because he's saying that you have a spirit. The thing that you guys make, they're lifeless. Man, we are stupid, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Bring that on. Deuteronomy 7:25.
It's Deuteronomy 7:25. It said, the graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire. Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold that is on them.
Toss that cross.
Yep.
Toss that ankh. All right? Toss all that shit, man. Y'all hold on to that like that's God, bro.
just because they can see it.
And see, that's the problem. That goes to show you they don't have no real faith.
Don't got no faith. Right? It say, nor take it unto thee, lest thou be snared therein.
Yep, and that's exactly what happens to you.
For it is an abomination to Yahweh thy power. Neither should thou bring an abomination into thy house. Right? What they do? Christmas tree.
Yeah, Christmas trees, these paintings. All right, the crosses. Y'all put up in your houses. All right, you tattoo it on you. Mm-hmm. You wear abominable things, engraven images.
Lest thou be cursed, be a cursed thing like it, but thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing.
And then you wonder why you curse, and Yahweh Hashem dealing with y'all. He told y'all what to do. This is the manuscript, and nobody listens to it. But everybody's saying they worship God with lip service. They worship him with lip service. But when it gets down to the down and dirty, when the prophets actually bring out what he's actually saying, y'all hate us. Which ultimately shows you hate God. Because when it comes down to actually doing what he tells you to do, everybody's doing their own thing. That goes to show you all you people are hypocrites, all you people are liars, and all you people are fake. You don't truly believe in God Almighty, because when he tells you to do something in the scripts, you look the other way. You want to do what's pleasing in your own eyes.
Madness. It's Leviticus chapter 20, verse 22. It says, ye should therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments and do them, that the land whither I bring you to dwell therein spew you not out. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I have abhorred them. Right? Homosexuality, the idols, what's some more? The fornication, abortions, right? Margaret Singer, she even told you women what's our agenda, to erase the black race, to get rid of us, right? Mainly of the men, right? Because they know the man is is a threat. The men, Israelite men, the men that know his knowledge and know who he is a threat.
Yeah.
So they want all the men, just like in ancient Egypt, they wanted to kill all the Israelite men.
Because they grew up to be the warriors. They grew up to go up against and rebel against the wickedness.
So what they do, they tell you women that y'all can be strong, y'all can go to war, y'all can fight. Hey, when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna be looking for a man in that day.
Yeah. Because by nature, you women are cowardly. You don't have the same spirit as a man. A man is built to fight, all right, and protect. That's why he calls us the hedge. Who goes out to war? Men do. Who goes out there and get things done? Men do. Who goes out there and build the whole society that y'all live in, the houses that y'all live in, the cities that y'all live in, the restaurants that y'all go to, all the clothes and the shit that y'all buy. A man does that. But yet you say you're strong without him. But when the times of tribulation comes, when it's going to look out the purge out here, you're going to be looking for a man to protect you.
Well, let's bring it out. This is Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 8. And the officers shall speak further into the people, and they shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return into his house, unless his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. Right? So they say, hey, you any weak-ass niggas, man, y'all can go back, man.
Y'all can go back.
All right, go back to who? And it shall be when the officer have made an end of the speaking unto the people, that they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people. And when thou comest nigh to a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace into it. Right? I'm trying to find the part when it tells the. Well, basically, it tells you that a man is faint-hearted. He's supposed to return home to the children and the women.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was a shame. All right? Because you was considered a coward. Yahweh Shai, he don't deal with cowards. That's why he says the fearful, believe it or not, which is another word for coward, and you ain't going to make it, man. Because Yahweh Shai is looking for warriors, man. He ain't looking for no soft-ass man. See, that's another thing you people are, you got them fucked up on, man. Y'all come in the image where the warriors of God come in, they're soft. The warriors of God are not soft. They're not coming to stroke your beard and be your friend, all right? They don't talk smooth things. They're harsh, all right? They're straightforward. They're brutal, all right, for righteousness. And they will fuck evil up, bro. They're violent as hell, all right? Y'all don't know the men of God, man. Y'all think they're coming with a fucking little white dress on and trying to hug and love everybody. The men of God don't move like that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, and verse number 9. It said, when thou come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. Right? Verse number 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
Yep.
What is that? Abortions. Right? Going into Leviticus, the 26th chapter, sacrificing your child into a Molech. That's all you doing, sacrificing your child into an idol. All right? Or that useth divination, or observers of time, or an enchanters, or a witch, right? Going into witchcraft, going into you damn astrologers, right? You got some?
No, go ahead. I got something
Right.
after you done.
Verse 11, or a charmer or a consulter with familiar spirits, right? What is one that's dealing with familiar spirits? The one that can conjure up spirits, dealing with the dead, right? Or a wizard, right? Or a necromancer, right? Going into black magic. For all these things are an abomination to Yahweh, and because of these abominations, Yahweh thy power do drive them out before thee. Thou should be perfect with the Lord thy power. Right? So we should be perfect, right? And that's a commandment, to be perfect with the Most High, right?
Yep.
To the best of your ability, man.
Yep.
It's not hard to serve the Most High. Y'all make it hard.
Yeah, y'all make it very hard. His commandments are actually pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
All right? They're very simple, especially when he puts it into a land where we're easily able to do it. Right now, we're in a land where we're not easily able to do all of them, but it's the little ones that's going to get us the kingdom, man. It's the smallest thing, because that shows forth that we put forth effort in what we could do. So if we're putting forth our effort now, how much more when we can actually do it in our own land? And Yahweh Shai, he knows that, right? But going back into you women in the times of war, the times that are coming up, man. It reads, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 12, right? And it will make no peace, and if it will make no peace with thee, but will war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it. All right, we're going to be in times of war very soon, right? We're in the times of Matthew, the 24th chapter, all right? Luke, the 21st, Mark, 13th chapter, all right? 2nd Ezra, 15 and 16 chapter, all right? Isaiah, the 13th chapter. We're in those times, All right, it says, and if it will make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it. And when the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai, that God, have delivered it into thy hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword. All right? Because in the times of war, that's what men did. We killed off the men, and we took the women and the children for our own possessions. All right? Verse 14, but the women and the little ones and the cattle and the all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself. And that's the time. And see, you rebellious women, man. You rebellious women. The very men that you defy and you go against, you're gonna be looking for in that day to protect you. And he ain't gonna be nowhere to be found, right? Because these men, they're gonna come in, they're gonna take you. And if you defy them, they're gonna either put you to death or they're gonna ravish you, which you guys know what that means, and then put you to death. Those men in those days, they ain't tolerate no disobedience. You better do what the fuck they tell you or not. And the very men that would love you and care for you, you forsake and you rebel against, and you expect him to come and be at your defense in that day. He ain't gonna be at your defense.
That's right.
All right, let me finish that.
Come on.
But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoil of thy enemies. All right? Because that's what you women are. You're spoils. You're spoils of war. All right? You're not that of a man. You cower in fear when it comes to fighting. A man will completely dominate you. All right? Which the Lord thy God, Yahweh Shemi Shai, had given thee.
God mighty. Right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 30. It say, take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them, right? Following after the other nations. And after that, they be destroyed before thee, and that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so, what I do likewise. That's what you niggas do. Mm-hmm. Then I wonder what's their heritage? What do they do?
Yep.
Right. Now you got Jake going into. Now he worried about what Chinese people do. Now he over there in Australia, somewhere down where. Now he in
talking about Buddha.
Yeah, talking about Buddha.
Yin and yang, which only means dark and light. That's something that comes from us anyway.
Madness, man. And there's actually a law in the Bible that I believe it's Deuteronomy 13th chapter. Hey, if somebody in your family, somebody you know, try to get you going to idolatry, you're supposed to kill them.
Put to death.
You're supposed to kill them, man.
Yep.
You're supposed to unallow them. Of course, we can't do that here, but back in the ancient world, you get put to death for leading people into idolatry.
Yeah.
Right, verse 31, thou shalt not do unto the Lord thy power for every abomination to the Lord which he hateth. And that's what you niggas do. Have they done into their gods? So everything they do to their gods, you're not supposed to do to Yahweh Shemi Shai. You're supposed to have some respect.
Yep.
For even their sons and their daughters have they burnt in the fire to their gods. The Yahweh never told us to do that. Yeah. Sacrifice our childs to him, man.
Yeah.
That's what these other nations do with their children.
They do that to their false gods, giving sacrifices. Sacrificing their children, sacrificing other individuals, all right?
And don't get a damn thing.
Yeah, and don't get nothing from it, man. You Northern Kingdom do that big, y'all did that big time. There's two ways to perform that. There's actually abortion. The modern day for today is abortion, all right? And y'all go to these clinics and y'all put fire to kill off that baby that's inside you. You're offering it to Molech, all right? Because you didn't want to deal with it. And then, but Northern Kingdom did that a lot too. The Mayans and the Aztecs, you tribe of Zebulon, you tribe of Issachar, y'all did that a lot. You could watch the movie Apocalypto, all right, where they were sacrificing human sacrifices to the sun god Ra. Y'all learned that from. That's how you also know y'all the Israelites, because y'all learned the sun god Ra. That's in Egypt. You learned that from those Egyptians, those Hamites, and you brought those customs over here.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 1, it say, ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land to bow down to it, for I am Yahweh, your power.
That's right.
Right? And what's the first thing our people will go do? They're going to be Muslims.
Yep.
Right? Be Muslims, be bound down to Mecca, man. Talking about Allah. Allah, what they call it? What they say? Allah Akbar.
Allah Akbar.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, some bullshit.
Allah and Akbar, I think that means good. Allah is good, or God is good, which He is. But see, y'all doing it in the wrong foundation, right?
Wrong foundation.
All right, that wasn't the foundation that y'all was brought up in. All right, and then at the end of the day, they're still bound down to a goddamn stone.
And then they got on the cobblestone, they got a little flap you can just open up. There's a little hole in there, and people will take turns going inside the hole.
Mm-hmm.
It's some freaky shit, man.
Yeah,
A lot of freaky shit going on over there in Mecca, man.
yeah. You got more on that?
All right.
Go ahead.
One more. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 32. Right, and it say, "Thou shalt not make no covenant with them, nor with their gods. They shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make thee to sin against me. For if thou serve their gods, it will surely be a snare unto thee." Right? So it was not recommended to make a covenant with the heathen. Why? Because they will make you go off and serve other gods.
That's right.
Right?
That's
So
right.
that's the sin.
Yep.
It's not talking about dealing with them and, doing your thing with them. No, that's not a sin. The sin is idolatry. It's always been a sin.
Yeah, drinking their wine, which means their philosophies, their ways of doing. All right, you Israelites, you know why you fall for that so hard? Because y'all like to see things in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's the same thing. Like if it's not in front of you, a lot of y'all just don't believe.
Nope.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 1. Ye shall make no idols, nor a graven image. Neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it. For I am the Lord your God. Yahweh Shem Shai. So Yahweh Shem Shai told us not to do these things, right? And the consequences for doing these things was, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13 and verse 6. Mm-hmm. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or thy wife, of thy bosom, your wife, he's saying anybody, man. Or thy friend, which is as thy own soul, your bestest friend. All right, that's what it means, a friend of thy own soul. That means a friend that's so strong, like you guys are pretty much one soul, because y'all think exactly the same. All right, y'all real close. So that's the way of saying your best friend. All right,
That's right.
It says, which is as thy own soul, entice thee secretly. All right, entice thee means to it's basically coercing you or seducing you with words. All right,
Yep.
and those words are usually sweet. They sound good. That's an entice. All right, like when a man entice or seduce, that's another word for game. When you spit game to a woman, you want to a game, you use certain words. You got her emotions. All right, and then you did your thing.
Did your thing.
All right, it says, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers, namely of the gods of the people which are round about you. All right, you of Christianity. All right, Islam. All right. Or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth, thou shalt not consent unto him, all right? Nor hearken unto him. Neither shalt thou pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him, but thou shalt surely kill him, all right? And that's basically saying you put Yahweh Shem Shai, I don't care how much you love an individual, all right? How much that person is special to you, you care for him. You never put down above Yahweh Shem Shai.
That's right.
You was to turn on your own, what y'all niggas would say called a snitch, and that's not even the true definition of a snitch. A snitch is basically when y'all both are in partakers of one crime, and the other rats the other out to either get scot-free or get a lesser sentence. That's what a snitch is. All right? But the Most High tells us you're supposed to bring that person up.
And what's that in the law? Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1.
Yeah, Leviticus 5 and 1. Come on.
It's Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1. It said, and if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness, whether he have seen or known of it, and if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. So if you know somebody that's causing you to go into idolatry, and if you don't speak up about it, you're going to bear his iniquity. And what's the sin of the penalty for idolatry? Death. And
basically when it says it's soul swearing, in this context, swearing means basically they're blabbing out what they did. All right, and you heard it. That's what it means. See, y'all always think swearing as cussing them. No, swearing also means he's basically talking out, or like what Jake do. Jake will go on, they'll commit a crime, they'll go on the internet swearing like a dumbass, and, basically getting them own selves caught. Jake will do something stupid and go on the internet and gloat. All right? Try to get clout.
You know who Judge Judy is?
Yeah.
It was one particular episode. They was in court because they stole this girl wallet. And the girl was basically explaining what she had in the wallet. And the nigga go say, it wasn't no, what was it? They say it's a chain. He said it wasn't no chain in the wallet. He basically told her himself.
Yeah, that's what it means by swearing. You told on yourself. And if somebody heard, oh yeah, I heard him say that he did this and he did do it. Mm-hmm. And you will be, that whatever, that sin will go on you if you didn't say anything. Yep. If the judges was to come and question you. The judge will come to question you, and you just spoke not. That sin will go on you. You will be cursed.
And then you're gonna be in sin anyway because you lying.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to go into this as well. You know, since we're on the topic of idolatry, Deuteronomy chapter 7, right? Deuteronomy chapter 7 is not talking about all nations, man. It's not. Oh, that's just it's a spirit. Oh, the spirit of all nations. That's what brothers UPK be saying. Well, what's the spirit of this law? All nations. No, it's not talking about all nations. It's talking about the Canaanites, right? And why would the Most High say this? Right? Let's get Deuteronomy. First of all, let's get Deuteronomy 7:1. First, it say, when the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land where thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, right? The Hittites, the Gershurites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, 7 nations greater than and mightier than thou, right? Why? Why did the Most High didn't want us dealing with the Canaanites at this point in time? Why? Verse 2 explains it. That's why reading is fundamental. Right? Verse 2 say, when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show them mercy unto them, right? Because we was in the process of taking the land, right? And for those who don't know, Israel used to be the land of Canaan. And they were in that land. So we had to destroy them, get them about the land, so that we may possess it. Right? Verse 3, it say, neither shalt thou make marriages, right? And I'm going to break this down, right? And that's why you always read ahead, because verse 4 is going to explain it, why the Most High said this. Right? Verse 3, neither shalt thou make marriages with them, thy daughter shall not give into his son, nor his daughter until thy take into thy son. Why? For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly, right? Because these other nations want to turn Israel into idolatry. Mm-hmm. So the sin is not marrying them. The sin is idolatry. Yeah. Going into idols, going into compromising the laws of God and going into what they're going to.
Like me and the brother was talking about yesterday, simping.
Yeah.
That's another word for simping. All right, you want to please that woman. You want to care for her. You don't want her to be mad at you anymore. Mm-hmm. And you're like, baby, why you mad at me? Instead of putting your foot down, being a man, you start going weak. You start going weak for her, man. And that's what a lot of you men do, man. A woman give you some good sex. All right, she'll give you something. She'll put that womanly charm on you. And you'll sit up there and start compromising your masculinity. Being weak for her. And that's how she gets you. That's how these women get you. And that's what he's talking about. Because the Most High knew that we would do that, man. You guys start simping.
Come on, baby. You know, I don't like to serve Yahweh.
I want to do this. Or let me do this. Or you do your God and you let me go ahead and do this.
Simps, man.
And don't get me wrong. Jake, for a minute, he probably was putting his foot down. But see, a woman will wear your ass down. She'll keep doing it. And that's part of being a man. You have to always put them in line and in discipline. Because she'll keep going for years and years and years until you finally give in. That's what happened to Samson. Yeah. How many times did Samson say no to Delilah?
A lot of times.
He said, and Adam too. You know they did.
Just gave in.
And eventually, over time, they gave in. They gave in. Mm-hmm. That's something you're supposed to never do.
And I want to address another point. It say, well, in our scriptures, in our Bible, it say communion with the nations forbidden. And communion is going into sacrifice, right? The Most High didn't want us sacrificing with them. Why? Because we're going to sacrifice to the damn God, man. Mm-hmm. So communion is not talking about, it's not dealing with them or dealing with marriage, none of that. Because we're gonna have concubines. Our forefathers had concubines, man.
Oh yeah.
And the concubine is under a wife. Concubine is a wife, but it's a lesser wife.
Yeah, because it's that of another nation.
Yep.
All right, so she don't get the same the covenants, the promises as that of our nation. All right, but she's still our possession. Right.
But this what in verse 5, right? This when we do deal with them, this is what the Most High say do, right? Verse 5, it say, "Thus shall he deal with them. Ye should destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire." Right? And then why it say, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So we're not supposed to scoot to their level. We're not supposed to serving their God as being on the same level as them or being below them.
And what he's also saying too, what the brother just brought out, that's all paraphernalia for sacrifice.
Yep.
And to who? Their gods.
Their God.
That's why he says to burn all that down. That way you don't get tempted to do that.
Yep.
Because all that's paraphernalia to what? To commit adultery against our God.
Yep. And that's what communion. That's going to what communion actually means.
That's exactly what it is.
Going into sacrifice.
All right, because in that day, all Israelite men, there will never be an Israelite male that will ever be a sin. That's why in that day, when an Israelite male takes women of the other nations, she's going to be completely worshiping our God. All right, and we're going to always be putting our foot down on those women that try to do otherwise. And guess what? If a woman says, she said, what Solomon was supposed to do when his women did that was what we just brought out in Deuteronomy, let me just bring it out. He was supposed to, like, when they was tempting him to worship other gods, he was supposed to put them to death.
Yep.
That's what he was supposed to do. So he sinned against the Most High Yahweh by not doing that. All right? Because that's one of the laws. That's beautiful, man. Damn, bro. He was supposed to put them to death.
So that's how you would break down Deuteronomy 7. It's going to idolatry, man. That's what communion is
The
going
same
into.
with Joshua 24 chapter.
Joshua 24:15.
Yeah, 24. It's the same thing. It's based off the law in Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter. It's all it's saying, Israel, is now don't get me wrong. It's not a sin for you just to deal with your women of your own nation. You could do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Tobit, and y'all love to bring out Tobit too, man. Tobit, was it Tobit the 4th chapter?
Tobit 4:12. Yeah.
Tobit 4:12, where it says to deal with your women of your own nation. That was back in the time, in the archaic times, where the women of our own nation were still in our heritage, doing our heritage. All right. And then when we did go into the other nations, the women of the other nations, we were more likely to go off. That's what it was talking about. All right. And these times, that's why Paul said it now. He said it no clearer. He said, it's better you don't even deal with none of these women, because why? They're all heathens, and they all will get you to go off, including the women of our own nation. All right? Because what do the women of our own nation do now? They do Halloween, right? That's an abomination. They do Christmas, right? That's an abomination. They do the birthdays and the Valentines and these pagan days, right? And if you say, no, baby, we can't do that, they get mad at you, don't want to deal with you no more. So what do you start doing? You trim your ways to seek love, and then you start doing it. That's going on. That's why Paul said what he said. You shouldn't even deal with none of them, because they're all heathens.
Yep.
You have to understand the context it's talking about and the time periods and what these things mean when they say it. It's not a sin to deal with any woman, all right? It's just the sin comes from when you start dealing with them, you're going to start trimming your ways to seek their love, man. Thus becoming their servant, all right? And disobeying our God by what? Keeping the ways of the heathen.
Keeping the ways of the heathen. That's why I say make no covenant with their gods, man. Right, so this Tobit 4:2, just to show brothers that it's a conversation between Tobit and his son Tobias, man.
Yeah.
Right.
And ultimately consider the time period we were in too. Our women were in our heritage still. Yeah. All right. That's why it was better to deal with them.
Right. This Tobit 4:2, and he said with himself, I have wished for death, wherefore I do not call for my son Tobias, that I may sacrifice to him of the money before I die. And when he have called them, he said, my son, when I am dead, bury me, and despise not thy mother, but honor all the days of thy life, and do all that which shall please her, and grieve her not. Remember, my son, that she saw many dangers for thee when thou was in her womb, and when she is dead, bury her by me in one grave. Right? Verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son. Right? So it's a conversation between him and his son. right? And like you said, the time period that was in that time, you know, our woman was in order, a little better in order than they is now. They was more likely to
In
serve,
our heritage. Yeah.
serve the Most High, right? But nowadays, women, I just saw many brothers perish over women, and it's not just the heathen women; it's our women too.
It's
man.
mainly our women.
Yeah.
It's mainly our women that
So-
do that, man.
You know, it's weak, man. It's a weak argument to say, well, you're only supposed to deal with the Israelite woman. That's not written that a man is supposed to only deal with an Israelite woman. Our forefathers had concubines. Moses married 2 heathen. He married an Ethiopian and a Midianite.
And you had kings that came out of concubines.
Yeah.
All right. Well, was it Rehoboam? His mom was Ammonites, a so-called Japanese. All right. He was a king of Israel. All right. You had Jephthah. Judges. That's another word. That's still a king. He reigned over Israel for a certain amount of years. He was from not only a woman of another nation, but she was a harlot at that, and he was still king. Most likely, he don't deal with the woman on that accord. All power is that of a man. So as long as you're the man and you're the Israelite, that seed is it is what it is, man.
Last time I checked, Jesse came out of Ruth, huh?
Yeah.
So-
and Jesse, Ruth is a Moabitess. She's so-called Chinese.
That's King David's mother.
Yep.
Ruth is King David's grandmother.
Yep.
And she's a part of the bloodline of Yahweh Shah.
Yep. And Moses, he got a wife from that Hamite. He said, "Hey, take my daughter," and she was a Hamite. What's that dude's name? It starts with a J. It starts with a J. What's that brother's name? I mean, he ain't no brother, but what's that Hamite's name? He was real close to us though. But yeah. Fuck.
Jethro?
Yeah, I think it is
Moses,
Jethro.
Jethro?
Yeah. I think it
His
is
father-in-law?
Jethro. Yeah, it's Jethro.
Jethro.
He's a purebred Hamite, right? He gave his daughter to Moses. That woman's a straight up Hamite. And guess what? Moses went into her, all right, and she bared him a son. He's considered of the tribe of Levi. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about, man. Or y'all look at it and say, oh, well, that's only that time period, and that's only in certain circumstances. No! The Most High don't change.
You had a brother tell me that that was before the Most High gave Moses the commandments.
Nah, the laws was already given out. The laws were already given out. They were already given out. Like I said, Solomon, Bathsheba.
Bathsheba was a heathen.
She's a heathen. And Solomon's mom is Bathsheba. Which would also, once again, Yahweh Shai. David came from Ruth. Heathen women, man.
Israelites come from heathen women, man.
Why do you think even now, God would tell us in certain circumstances to kill all the males and take the women for ourselves? If we took the women for ourselves and we bred with them, wouldn't that still be our seed? Are you guys stupid? Man, y'all are dumb, man.
Let's forget Numbers, the 31st chapter, Deuteronomy 24th chapter, when Moses literally said, take these women for yourself for wives.
Why do you think all nations, even include our own, when we went to war, we did kill off the males? Because they couldn't bring back their nation. That's why you kill off the males. But you take the women for yourself because you can keep putting your seed in them, and they bring, and that's your seed. You are what your father is. You people are slow, man.
Interracial, they call it, or interracial marriage is a sin. No such thing as interracial marriage, man.
No, ain't none of that, man. It's just basically that the big sin that comes from it is simping. That's the modern day term for it. Simping, when you start simping, you start becoming a servant to a woman. And she leads you astray from our God. Trimming your ways to seek love. Jeremiah 2:33.
Let's bring that up. Let's bring out the scripture. Edris said. First Edris 4:26. It say, yeah, many there be that have run out their wits for women and become servants for their sake. Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women. Right?
Yep.
And then, they also bring up King Solomon. It's saying Edris 9, have not King Solomon sinned by this. Right? And then when you actually go to 1 Kings and read it, it shows you that it was like the whole thing was idolatry.
Yeah, it was idolatry. He started building. Yeah, you can bring it up. You know what? In fact, let's bring it out.
And they got King Solomon in his old age, man.
Yeah. When he was weak. Man. His mind was already half gone. He was old.
Yeah.
He's more decrepit. All right. He's much weaker.
And before that, King Solomon have never sinned against Yahweh Shem Shah.
Yeah.
So he was dealing with the Canaanites. So why the scriptures never say he was in sin for dealing with the Canaanites? Because the same thing with the Canaanites, it was dealing with their gods, dealing with idolatry.
Yep.
Come on, man. It's not hard to understand this.
See, let's get into it. Let's go to it. This is the First Kings, and see, y'all. A lot of y'all like to jump the gun. Sometimes you have to say what the brother just said. You have to read ahead to get the full context of what it's talking about, or you have to read above. All right. But look, this is First Kings chapter 11 and verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women. Strange women means women of the other nations. All right. Together with the daughter of Pharaoh. All right. Egyptians. All right. Hamites. All right. Women of Moab.
Well, it's Chinese.
The women of the Moabites, the so-called Chinese today, the Ammonites, so-called Japanese, the Edomites, so-called white women today, the Zidonians and Hittites, more Hamites. It was mainly Hamites too because we were mainly in their land, over in that land, you know. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, you shall not go into them, neither shall they come into you. See, y'all say, see. Yep.
See?
Wait. All right. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. That's idolatry. All right. Solomon clave unto these in love. And it didn't say that he sinned yet. It said that they would turn away his heart after their gods. It's going to go into where he sinned at.
Hold on. Read that again. It says Solomon what?
It says Solomon clave unto these in love.
That means he understood.
Yeah.
He understood the law.
He trimmed his ways too to seek their love. He claved onto them. When you cleave onto a woman, it's in our nature to love our women. It is. It's a man's nature to want to please his women, right? But the Most High says pretty much, he says, hey, I'm first before any woman. You put my ways before you put your woman. And then after you serve me, then you can go ahead and please and do what you want to do with your woman. And if her ways are trying to go against me, you put her in line, which you niggas don't do. You end up serving, you make the women your God.
Read that. What that say?
Solomon seduced to idolatry. Yep. But check this out. Solomon claimed, and he had 700 wives, all right, princesses and 300 concubines. So he had 700 wives, princesses. That means 700 women of our own nation. And he said 300 concubines, and his wives turned away. It says that our women, the Israelite women, turned away. Now I'm talking about, and this it basically means all his wives.
Right.
All right, but our women too. You know, because you know what do women do? Monkey see, monkey do. Women are known for that, man.
I want something too.
Yeah.
I'm an author. I want an author too.
Yep. For it came to pass when Solomon was old, they got him in his old age. Check this out. This is where he sinned at. All right, for it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. That's where he went to sin. And his heart was not perfect with the Lord. Why? Because his heart was turned to other gods instead of the God, our God. All right? As was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Sidonians. He went into idolatry. That's the sin that has nothing to do with women, man. All right? The women were used to get him to go off, but it's not initially the women. Solomon clave on to the women because he wanted to be loved and cared for his women by doing what they wanted. That's going against Yahweh Shemel Shai. So Solomon became a sin. He became a sin. All right? And after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites, all right? And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and went not fully after the Lord as did David his father. All right? Then Solomon built an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, and the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. Because, what? And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed it to their gods. That's the sin, man. Y'all, hey, man, y'all don't get it just because y'all wasn't meant to get it. Not only that, it's because y'all gonna have a lesser multitude of women in that day also, too. Y'all want to stick with that, just that one or a few. Hey, man, to each his own, bro. But you got to have a keen mentality. And we all know, so, hey, man, we serve Yahweh Shemel Shai first. And in that day, we're going to be perfect anyway. Ain't no woman going to get us to buck up and go betray our God. None.
Right. Another point, you can't say it's a sin, right? This for brothers, this is how you know it's a contradiction. You can't say it's a sin. And then you say in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to have him in the kingdom of heaven. How is a sin now, but it's not going to be a sin later?
That don't make no sense.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, how about you mention that change that? You have to just break down the context right in what it's talking about. The way we're breaking it down through the spirit power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, it's right. That's the right and proper way to break it down.
So this said in Isaiah 60th chapter, verse 22, it said, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I Yahweh, will hasten in his time. So we're going to be having a lot of sex in the kingdom.
Hell
a
yeah.
lot of children. And it's not only going to just be with Israelite women, man.
Hell no.
It's not.
No, it's not, man.
It's not at all.
Now, all things belong to us anyway.
All things.
It says, "Act to me, and I should give the heathen to you as an inheritance." What does that mean? You possess and own them. You don't. So you can't have sex with your women. That don't even make any sense. You could do and tell them what to do, but you can't fuck them.
It's mad.
And that's in our nature. When you see a beautiful woman, I'm supposed to just get hard and I don't want to fuck, but I'm just, hey, you go clean up the kitchen. What? You niggas is slow, man. You slow.
And like he said in a video, like I think it was a year ago. Hey, none of you brothers better not ask for no heathen women in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Yeah, with that mindset.
Don't even ask for them. Just deal with Eve, man.
Yep.
Just deal with them. don't even. Hey, bro, you still got that Moabite? I'm like, nope, man. I can't do it, man. Remember what you said last time, man? You want to deal with them? Nope, it's all for me, man.
They gonna be the first ones in the kingdom trying to get the most out of it. You damn hypocrites, man. You damn hypocrites.
Guess where it's gonna start? It's gonna start in the wilderness. But it's gonna have concubines, multiple women. It's gonna happen, and you niggas might not have none of them, man.
Shit, and there go get somebody that does. You're gonna be put to death.
What happened to Aaron and Miriam? What happened to Miriam when they went against Moses? Brothers don't want to read that though. Was that before Moses got the commandments? That's in the book of Numbers.
Yep.
That's way after the 10 Commandments and Moses received the commandments on Mount Sinai.
Yep. Her ass went leprous, man. Just right leprous.
Just a bunch of madness, man.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing with Jake though. Jake loved to put more restrictions on you, man. Yep. Jake loved to rule over their own brother with rigor, man. Always want to give them more laws, bro. But you yourselves be hypocrites because y'all be having fantasies in your head and dare say not. You lying.
You lying, bro. Seen a couple good-looking heathen women you ain't want. Come on, dog.
You're a king, man. You can have that, man. As long as it's righteous and true. Now, like you said, Paul, I'm going to keep bringing that out, man. Paul said it. And those that run to Paul, too, man. Paul says the times that we're in now, you shouldn't even deal with them because they're going to all turn you astray. He says those that have wives act like you didn't even have them. It's that bad. Why don't y'all uphold that? It's just the matter of that women basically saying women will lead you astray if you're not strong enough and girded in to the foundation of Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's where the sin comes in.
Idolatry.
All right? That's all it is. It has nothing to do with you having a liking for a woman and wanting to take her for yourself, man. That's what the woman was created for.
So I want you to tell that to when we get in the kingdom, Lord willing, I want you to tell that to Moses. I want you to tell it to King
They
David.
look at you like you crazy.
King Solomon. I want you to tell that to
Yahushua.
Yahushua, man.
Yeah, Yahushua was Adam and Solomon.
I want you to tell him to know.
And he can tell you the most because, bro, he endured it and went through it before any of us did. Mm-hmm. So he knows. He will tell you the same. It's not that you can't deal with them. It's that at that time period, if you wasn't in the right mindset, they will lead you astray. That's what it goes to. But yeah, they were created for our sakes. And what do you do with a beautiful woman? You ain't gonna just sit there and just look at her like a dumbass.
Let me bring this out in Ezra. So this is another stumbling block they would say. It say, thou hast mixed the holy seed and mingled with these other nations. Let me bring it up. It's one of Nehemiah 13th chapter as well.
Yeah. But even that is going into idolatry.
It's all going into idolatry.
Yeah.
Brothers can't understand that, man. This Ezra 9:1, it say, now when these things were done, the princes came into me saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their what did it say? Doing according to the what? Their abominations. Mm-hmm. Right? These two niggas don't read, man. Y'all see, he mixed the holy seed of Israel. They don't even read when they say they have went according to their abominations.
Doing their idols. It's the same thing when Phineas killed that one brother. Was that Danite?
Yep. And it say, even of the Canaanites, the Hivites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, and the Amorites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites, for they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yeah, why I say of those lands?
Doing their customs. That's what it was doing. That's what they were doing, going into their customs.
Y'all going into their customs. Well, how they was doing things, the abominations that they were putting forth, man. And then it say, the people of those land, yeah, the hand of the princes and the rulers have been chief in this trespass, right? So they was going into their abominations. They were going into their idols, their gods. You niggas don't read, man. I'm telling you, bro, you niggas do not read. Y'all can't be reading.
Or if y'all reading, y'all breaking, you're just breaking it wrong, willfully breaking it down wrong, just to put more limitations on brothers. I can get where some of y'all can come from and saying that it's not wise to do certain things, but you got to break it down like that, man. Like the way we're breaking it down, that's the perfect way of breaking it down, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, we understood. Okay, it's not the sin of dealing with the women. It's just that basically what the Most High is trying to tell us: when you're dealing with women, they can lead you astray.
They lead you astray.
That's all he's saying, and that's where you start to sin. A woman can only do that if you allow her to. All right, so it starts with you.
Let's see what I want to start at. All right, so dealing with Nehemiah, the 13th chapter, right? This is what this is going into. All right, we're going to start at verse 22. This is Nehemiah 13 and 22. And I commanded the Levites that they shall cleanse themselves and that they shall come to keep the gates and to sanctify the Sabbath day. Remember me, O my power, concerning this also, and spare me according to the greatness of thy mercy. In those days also saw I the Jews that had married wives of Ashdod and of Ammon and of Moab, right? And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people, right? Because they was raising their children to go into their customs, into their ways of doing. So it's going into the same thing, idolatry. You either read the verses before or read a couple verses after it. You niggas just read Nehemiah 13:25, and that's just what it's talking about.
That's what Christians do.
Yes. Right, and then it say verse 25, and it say, and I contended with them and cursed them and smote certain of them and plucked off their hair and made them swear by the Most High, saying, ye shall not give your daughters into their sons, nor take their daughters into your sons, or for yourself. Israel couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And then it say, did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Right, we just went into it. And the sin was what? Idolatry.
Yep.
Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our God and marrying strange wives? Right? Because it's going to cause you to go into idolatry. Ezra saying the same thing. Nehemiah is saying the same thing. And then when you read 1 Kings, the 11th chapter, it's idolatry. And it shows you how Solomon went off.
Yeah.
It's that simple, bro.
It tells you even with Adam, right? This woman you gave me, because that's where it goes from.
And when did the Most High tell Adam? He said, I'm gonna curse you because you listen to your wife.
Because you listen to her. And that simping, that's the modern day term for it, man. Simping. You brothers, there's nothing wrong with loving a woman, but a woman will try your love and say how far she can go. That's why you have to always establish boundaries with her. Because if you don't establish boundaries, if you don't discipline her, if you don't, no, I said no. She gonna keep trying you, and then she will get you with her womanly charms, man. She will seduce and entice you, give you some good sex, keep doing this, and then bring it up later again. And so you finally give in.
In the middle of y'all doing it. Can you set up that grove?
Yeah.
I want my God to be in the palace.
Or try to give you an ultimatum.
Yep.
Well, if you don't do this and this and this, then I'm out. Or I'm gone. You ain't gonna get this no more. Bye, bitch.
But that's why this is an important lesson, idolatry, man. Israel, The biggest sin Israel always committed was idolatry, man.
Always.
Always. When you read throughout the scriptures, the reason why we in America today because of idolatry.
Yep.
Serving other gods.
Yep. And simping for women.
Yeah, simping for women.
Simping for women. You're supposed to always have an eternal, strong eternal mindset. You cannot simp for women, man. Women will lead you astray. They will.
Yep. But there's another one, before we close out, it's another one they like to go to. First Esdras, 8 and 69. Just being simple. Simple-minded. And like me, this brother, and Karatazar, we always say, man, hey, this is not the laws of God. Esdras is not the laws of God. And then Esdras knew the law, right? And Esdras is right here, right next to us, breaking this down. He said the same thing we said.
Yep.
Right? Because idolatry.
Yeah.
And when he, like he said, simping.
Yeah, that's the modern day term. That's the term y'all will understand. You know, everybody understand what simping is now because it's so wide scale now. The biggest thing that males do. A simp is a person that compromises his morals, his integrity, his indignity, his masculinity, all for the sake for a woman. Because you want to get something out of her, you want to please her, you want to cleave on to her. So you compromise your masculinity, all right, to basically becoming a servant for her, giving in to her ultimatums, giving in to what she wants. And you throw away all godliness just for that. That's what a simp is.
Yep. So this first Esdras 8:69, addressing this. It said the nation of Israel, the prince, going the same thing. They're saying the same thing when he said in Ezra, the 9th chapter, because Esdras is Ezra.
Yeah, same thing.
The nation of Israel, the princes, the priests, and the Levites. What do the Levites do? They are part of the Levitical priesthood. What do? They make sacrifices to the Most High. Right? So why do you think he's aiming it towards the Levites? Because they're the ones that are sacrificing to their gods. Right? Have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles. Right? What are the pollutions of the Gentiles? Their gods, their customs.
That's right.
Right? And it say to wit. Right? What do it means to wit? It means to be out of your damn mind. That's why they say many have went out their wits for women. Right, so Israel was simping and going out their minds and letting the other nations take completely control.
Yep.
And it say of the Canaanites, the Hivites, Perizzites, Jebusites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Edomites. For by both they and their sons have married with their daughters that have, and the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land, right? Because they were raising their children to be in their customs.
Yep.
That's why Nehemiah was beating Israel ass, because you have Israelites that was speaking in their languages. They didn't even know Hebrew.
Yep. Basically going off the ways of the mom, the mother.
Yep. And what do the children do? They cleave into the mom.
Their moms and their ways, man. And that's what a lot of nations would do too, man. A lot of nations that smarter nations and the smarter of nations, they will use their own women to get you to go off, man. A lot of these smarter nations will do that as a tactic. All right? Where even they did with Samson.
Yep.
They gave Delilah. Delilah wasn't even into Samson like that, man. She went to her own people and got advice for them. And then they're telling her what to do. Hey, go in there, entice, be Samson's wife, do this and that, and eventually give him, we can learn his weakness to take these people down. Yep. Damn, bro.
And
use the woman to do it.
And when Samson was holding the pillars, what did he say? He said, "Hey, I'll die too," because Samson know that he went off into idolatry.
Yep.
So he said, "Hey, I will die with them."
Yep. Just give me that last bit of strength. But that's the thing, and that's the thing. Even these heathens know. Why do you think the so-called white man allowed us to go into his daughters and stuff? That's to keep us more into sin. What? Because what are we gonna do? We're gonna keep the Christmas. We're going to keep the Halloween. We're going to keep the Valentine. We're going to keep the birthdays. We're going to eat the abominable foods.
And I'm going to say this here. It's not a sin to deal with the other nations. But to be reckless out here having children with them, no. You don't have a fucking child with a heathen, because we're not in rulership. It's nothing you can do if that child want to go with the mama. You know how this place is. The child, 90%, no, fuck that. 100% of the time is going with the mama.
For the most part,
yeah. For the most part. So we're not in rulership period. Do not go out here and have sex and knock up a damn heathen woman, man.
Me personally, I go more on Jeremiah the 16th chapter as far as in even with our women too, man.
Right.
Because they'll use the system against you, all right, and they'll still raise up the child in that of the way of the world,
And accustomed to the heathen.
of the heathen, all right.
So either way, it's a lose-lose situation.
It's a lose-lose situation for the most part, man. Because it's for the most part, and that's part of the spiritual battle for the man. You're gonna have to basically you're gonna cry, you're gonna mourn. That's why it says, hey, he that don't have a wife goes mourning. Yeah, you do. Because it's in our nature to want them. But you're gonna find out if you stay in the spirit that these women gonna turn me away.
That's right.
And that's all they're geared to do. And then they'll give you ultimatum. Hey, you want to be with me, or you can choose you can choose your God. What do you want? And now they put you in a tight spot, and you can't do nothing right now. We're powerless.
Yep.
Powerless, man.
Right, verse 70 from the top, it says, for both they and their sons have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great man have been partakers of this iniquity, right? Which is idolatry.
Yep.
Right.
That's what it is.
So you can't keep going to first Esdras and Nehemiah and Ezra. You're going to get cut up every time, man. Because it's not hard to understand what it's going into.
Yeah, it's not. That's why in the kingdom we're gonna have them in abundance, because what? They're gonna be subjected to our God, man. They're gonna be subjected to our God, and the consequence is gonna be swift in that day. All right?
Because if they don't be obedient, they're gonna be put to death in the kingdom.
Yeah, man. And that also goes to how you simps have so much fucking goo goo gaga for these women, man. But women got put to death in brutal ass ways, man. Y'all ain't ready, man.
Nope.
They got beat, they got stoned, they got burnt, they got killed, they got eaten by dogs. I mean, y'all ain't ready, man.
I ain't ready at all.
But you want to kill this brother if he disciplines a woman, or if a woman goes off. That's, bro. All you brothers about to be destroyed for that, man. But yeah, I'm pretty much done.
We go close out here, man. We go give all praise
and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ukakadash.
Hey, Lord willing, Israel is edified. Hey, we went in, man, on idolatry, man.
Hell yeah.
If you don't get it at this point, man, you're not meant to get it.
You just wasn't meant to get it. Or you just meant to just be rebellious about it. Yeah. Always trying to Israel loved to be just like Esau, man, the devil, man. Put restrictions on your own brother, man. Ruling over with rigor, man. That's crazy, bro.
All right. But all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. Shalom.
Shalom.